Hello, everyone, and welcome to Feel Learns English. I am very happy that you are here with me today. Thank you so much for listening. Before we begin, please don't forget to subscribe to this podcast so you can receive new English tips and lessons every day. This podcast is a special place for you. Here, you can practice your English, improve your listening skills, and also learn useful ideas about life at the same time. My name is Shafi, and I am truly grateful that you chose to spend your time with me today. Right now, you might be walking outside, cooking food in your kitchen, sitting quietly at home, traveling, or maybe lying down and relaxing. No matter where you are or what you are doing, I want to say thank you. You have many choices in your life. You could be doing many other things, but you decided to listen to this podcast, and that really means a lot to me. I also want to say a big thank you for all your support. Many of you send me kind messages, comments, and feedback. When I read your messages, I feel encouraged, motivated, and very happy. Your words show me that this podcast is helping you not only learn English, but also improve your life, your studies, your confidence, and your motivation. Because of you, I continue to create these episodes. You are the reason I keep going. Now, let's talk about today's topic. Today's episode is about something very important. It is about an idea that can change the way you think about your life. This idea can help you in your career, your education, your personal goals, and even your relationships with other people. Today's topic is the psychology of winners. Simply put, this means how successful people think. Have you ever asked yourself why some people keep moving forward even when life is very difficult? Why do some people stay positive after they fail many times? Why do some people continue learning and growing while others stop and give up too early? The answer is not only about what they do, the real answer is about how they think. Their success begins inside their mind. Before we go deeper, let's ask an important question. What does it really mean to be a winner? When we hear the word winner, many of us think about someone who wins a race, a competition, or a game. We imagine someone who comes in first place, someone who gets a trophy, a medal, or a prize. But being a winner is not only about winning competitions or receiving rewards. Being a winner is much more than that. A winner is someone who has a strong and positive way of thinking. A winner is someone who keeps going even when life is hard. When winners face problems, they do not give up easily. When they fail, they do not quit. Instead, they learn from their mistakes and try again. They believe that failure is not the end, but a lesson. Winners also work hard. They practice, they prepare, and they improve little by little every day. They set clear goals for themselves and make simple plans to reach those goals. Most importantly, winners believe in themselves. Even when progress is slow, they know they are capable of great things if they stay patient and consistent. In this episode, we will talk about the thoughts and habits of winners. We will learn how successful people think and how you can start thinking like a winner too. You do not need to be perfect, you just need to keep moving forward. When we hear the word success, many people think about money, big jobs, expensive cars, or beautiful houses. But success is not only about these things. In this podcast, we focus on a deeper and more meaningful kind of success. True success is about growth, effort, and never giving up. A true winner is someone who continues even when life becomes difficult. A true winner keeps learning, keeps improving, and keeps moving forward step by step. For example, a student who studies every day, even when it feels hard or boring, is a winner. A parent who works hard to give their children a better future is also a winner. A person who fails many times but still stands up and tries again is a winner. So today, open your mind, relax, and listen carefully. You can learn to think like a winner, and you can create your own success in your life. Are you ready to begin? Let's get started. Someone who fails many times but does not give up is a winner. That person keeps trying again and again until they finally succeed. This strong attitude is what makes them a true winner. Even a person who chooses to be kind, patient, and caring in a world that is sometimes difficult and unkind is also a winner. Winning is not only about success on the outside, it is about strength and goodness on the inside. In today's episode, we will talk about how winners think. We will explore how they see problems and challenges. We will talk about what they do when they fail and how they react when things do not go as planned. We will also look at the habits they build every day and how they stay strong inside even when life around them feels stressful or difficult. By the end of this episode, you will understand how successful people think about problems and challenges. You will learn how they turn failure into a chance to learn something new. You will discover how they build small daily habits that make them stronger over time. Most importantly, you will learn how you can start thinking like them in your own life. Don't worry, I will share simple and practical tips that you can start using right away. You do not need to change your whole life in one day. Real change happens slowly. You can start with small steps, little by little, in your own way. And while you listen, you will also improve your English listening skills naturally. So, are you ready? Let's take a deep breath together. Relax your body and your mind. Let's begin this journey into the minds of successful people. Let's learn how winners think and how you can become one too. Success is not the same for everyone. In fact, success means different things to different people. What feels like success to one person may not feel the same to another. For example, for one person, success might mean having a stable job and earning a steady income. For another person, success might mean having a happy family, good friends, and peaceful relationships. For someone else, success might be about learning new skills, helping other people, or becoming more confident. Because of this, it is very important to define success for yourself. Before you decide what success means in your life, take some time to think deeply. What truly matters to you? What are your dreams? What do you want to feel proud of when you look back at your life? What kind of person do you want to become? When you answer these questions honestly, you will discover your own meaning of success. That is how you become a true winner in your own way. In this episode, we focus on the mindset of successful people. Their way of thinking is what makes the biggest difference. Successful people understand that life is not always easy. They know that problems, mistakes, and failure are normal parts of life. Instead of running away from problems, they face them. Instead of giving up, they keep going. When winners fail, they do not see failure as the end of the road. They see it as a lesson. They ask themselves simple but powerful questions like, what can I learn from this? And how can I do better next time? This way of thinking helps them grow stronger and wiser. Winners also build good habits. Habits are small actions that we repeat every day. These actions may seem small, but over time they create big results. For example, if you want to improve your English, practicing a little every day is a powerful habit. Winners choose habits that support their goals. They plan their time, stay organized, take care of their health, and protect their mental well-being. These habits give them energy and strength when life becomes challenging. Finally, winners believe in themselves. They trust that they can grow, improve, and succeed if they keep trying. This belief gives them hope when things are hard and courage when they feel afraid. Even when they feel tired or unsure, they do not stop believing in their ability to move forward. So in today's episode, you are learning simple ways to think and act like a winner. You are learning how to stay strong on the inside even when the outside world feels difficult. Always remember that success is your personal journey. You are free to choose your own path and your own meaning of winning. Thank you so much for listening and spending this time with me today. Let's continue this journey together. Let's keep learning, keep growing, and become winners in our own lives. Success truly means different things to different people. For one person, success might mean building a big company. For another person, success might mean learning how to speak English confidently and express their thoughts clearly. Whatever success means to you, remember this: you can reach it step by step with the mindset of a winner. Confidently, for someone else, success might mean raising a happy family, staying healthy, or helping people in their community. All of these are good goals. All of these are real and meaningful examples of success. This is why we should never compare our lives with other people's lives. Your life is your own. Your journey is your own. And your success is not smaller or less important just because it looks different from someone else's success. Let me share a few simple stories to help explain this idea more clearly. The first story is about a man who grows up in a small village. He does not have much money and he does not have many opportunities in life. Life is not easy for him, but he decides not to give up. He works very hard every day. He learns new skills step by step. He saves money and starts a small shop in his village. For many years, life is still difficult, but he keeps going. Slowly, little by little, his situation improves. One day, he becomes the first person in his village to send his children to college. Is this man very rich? Maybe not. But is he successful? Yes, absolutely. He used what he had, stayed patient, and created a better future for his family. That is what a true winner does. Now let's look at the second story. Imagine a young woman who is very shy. For many years, she is afraid to speak in front of other people. She keeps her ideas to herself because she believes her voice is not good enough. She feels nervous and uncomfortable when she thinks about speaking publicly. But one day, she decides to change her life. She starts very small. She speaks a little during small meetings. She joins a speaking club to practice. She makes mistakes, and sometimes she feels embarrassed, but she does not stop. She continues practicing again and again. After 2 years of hard work, she gives a speech in front of 200 people. For her, this moment is a huge success. She may not be famous, but she is a true winner because she faced her fear and became stronger. Now let's talk about a third story. Imagine a teenager who wants to pass a very difficult exam. While other teenagers are playing games or watching television, this teenager chooses to study every day. Even when he feels tired or bored, he keeps going. He focuses on his goal and does not lose hope. He practices again and again. He makes mistakes, but he learns from them. When the exam day finally arrives, he passes with a great score. For him, this is success. He worked hard, stayed focused, and made his dream come true. That is also what a winner does. All of these stories teach us something important. Success is not about money, fame, or prizes. Success is about effort, courage, and patience. It's about working hard, learning from mistakes, and never giving up. Success is about continuing even when life feels difficult. Always remember that your life is your own journey. Your success will look different from other people's success, and that is completely okay. What matters most is that you keep moving forward, step by step, in your own way. Today, we talked about what success really means and how winners think. We learned that winners do not quit when things get hard. They see problems as chances to learn and grow. They believe in themselves, even when they fail. They keep trying again and again. If you want to be successful, start by thinking like a winner. Believe that you can improve a little every day. Set small goals for yourself and work toward them patiently. You do not need to rush. Progress is progress, no matter how small. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope these stories give you strength and motivation to keep going no matter what challenges you face. Always remember this: success is your own story. You are the winner of your own life. Let me share one more example to remind you of this idea. Imagine a teenager who dreams of passing a very difficult exam. While others relax, he studies every day. Even when he feels tired, he does not stop. He studies for weeks, months, and maybe even years. Finally, he passes the exam and gets into the school or job he has always dreamed of. This is success. This is winning. It is about staying focused, working hard, and never quitting, even when life is challenging. So as you can see, success is not one single thing. Success is different for everyone, and that is what makes it beautiful. Success is not always about money, fame, or being perfect. Success is about progress. It is about becoming a little better every single day. It is about standing up again when you fall down. It is about trying one more time, even when you feel tired, scared, or unsure of yourself. A winner is not always the fastest person or the smartest person in the room. A winner is someone who keeps showing up, someone who keeps trying, someone who continues to give their best effort again and again, even when things are not easy. Now I want to ask you a very important question. Please take a moment and really think about it. What does success mean to you? For you, success might mean learning English and speaking it with confidence. For someone else, success might mean finding a good job. Maybe for you, success is being a good parent, a kind friend, or a helpful neighbor. For others, success might mean living a peaceful life, staying healthy, or helping people who are in need. There is no wrong answer here. Your definition of success is personal. It belongs only to you. And your journey towards success is just as important and valuable as anyone else's journey. As we continue this episode, I want you to remember something very clearly. You do not have to be rich to be successful. You do not have to be famous to be successful. You do not have to be perfect to be a winner. You simply need to keep going. You need to keep learning. You need to keep believing that growth is always possible. Every small step you take matters. Every effort you make brings you closer to your own version of success, and that is what being a winner is truly about. Now let's talk about something very important: the way winners think. Many people believe that successful people are just lucky. Some people say they are rich because their family was rich, or they succeeded because they had good connections, or they were just lucky. But the truth is very different. Successful people think differently. Their minds work in a special way that helps them move forward, even when life is difficult. When you understand how winners think, you can start using the same way of thinking in your own life. In the next part of this episode, we will talk about how winners see problems, how they react when things go wrong, and how they keep going when other people might give up. Are you ready? Let's discover the mindset of winners and learn how you can think like them too. Many people believe that successful people are born special. They think successful people are rich because their family gave them money, or they think successful people are talented because they were born that way. Some people even say, "They are not like me, I could never do that." But this way of thinking is not true. The real difference between successful people and others is not money, it is not family background, it is not even natural talent. The real difference is inside the mind. The way we think every day shapes our life. This way of thinking is called a mindset. A mindset is simply how you see yourself and how you see the world around you. You can imagine a mindset like a pair of glasses. If your glasses are dirty, everything looks dark, unclear, and difficult. But if your glasses are clean, you can see clearly and the world feels more hopeful. The same thing happens with your mindset. If your mindset is negative, it becomes very hard to grow or succeed. But if your mindset is positive and open, you can learn more, grow more, and achieve more. Psychologists, people who study the human mind, talk about two main types of mindsets. These are called the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. These ideas were explained by a famous psychologist named Carol Dweck. Don't worry about the name. What matters is the idea, and we will keep everything very simple. First, let's talk about the fixed mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe that things cannot really change. They think, I am either smart or I am not. I can do this or I can't. If I fail, it means I am not good enough. For example, imagine a student who gets a bad grade in English. If this student has a fixed mindset, they might say, I am just bad at English. I will never be good at it. Because of this belief, they stop trying and they stop learning.
In the next part, we will talk about the growth mindset and how it helps winners keep moving forward. When people have a fixed mindset, they may stop trying to improve. They believe that if they fail, it means they are not good enough. Because of this belief, they give up too soon. This way of thinking is called the fixed mindset. Now let's look at the opposite way of thinking. This is called the growth mindset. People with a growth mindset believe something very different. They believe that they can improve with time, practice, and effort. If they do not know something today, they think, that's okay, I can learn it tomorrow. When they fail, they do not give up forever. Instead, they learn from their mistakes. They try again, and each time they become stronger and better. Let's use the same example again. Imagine a student who gets a bad grade in English. A student with a growth mindset does not say, I am bad at English. Instead, they say, I didn't do well this time, but I can practice more and improve. They continue studying. They work harder. Over time, their English gets better. This way of thinking helps winners succeed. It helps them see failure not as something negative, but as a chance to learn and grow. This is why your mindset is very powerful. It can either help you move forward or hold you back. But here's the good news. You can change your mindset. You are not stuck with one way of thinking forever. You can choose to think in a way that helps you grow, learn, and improve. In the next part of this episode, we talk more about how to build a growth mindset and how winners use this way of thinking every day. Are you ready to continue learning? Let's move on. A student with a growth mindset says, this is not the result I wanted, but now I understand what I need to improve. I will try harder next time. This is the mindset of a winner. So when we say that winners think differently, we mean that they choose a growth mindset. Winners do not give up when life becomes difficult. They do not stop just because they make mistakes. In fact, winners understand that mistakes are a natural part of learning. For them, failure is not the end of the journey. Failure is feedback. It is information that helps them do better next time. Let's look at some real-life examples. First example, business. Imagine someone who wants to start a small business. In the beginning, things are not easy. Their first idea may fail. They might even lose money. A person with a fixed mindset may think, I failed. I am not good at this. I should stop. But a person with a growth mindset thinks differently. They say, okay, this idea didn't work, but I learned something important. Next time, they use what they learned and try again. Step by step, they improve. This way of thinking helps them move forward and eventually become successful. Second example, sports. The same idea applies to sports. A new player may lose many games at the beginning. With a fixed mindset, the player might say, I am not good at this. I should quit.
But with a growth mindset, the player asks, "What can I do better next time?" They talk to their coach, they practice more, they watch their mistakes and learn from them. Slowly, they improve. Every loss becomes a step toward winning. Another important part of how winners think is positive thinking. Positive thinking does not mean that winners are always happy or always smiling. Winners feel sad, tired, disappointed, and frustrated just like everyone else. The difference is that they do not let negative thoughts control their life. When something bad happens, winners do not sit and complain for a long time. They look for solutions. When they feel afraid, they still take action. They talk to themselves in a kind and encouraging way. They say things like, "I can do this," "I am learning," and "I will grow stronger." This kind of positive self-talk gives them strength and confidence. Positive thinking helps winners keep going even during difficult times. So winners use both a growth mindset and positive thinking. They see challenges as opportunities to learn. They believe in their ability to improve. They do not stop after failure. Instead, they use failure to become stronger. If you want to be a winner, start by changing the way you think. Try to see mistakes as lessons, not as proof that you are not good enough. Speak to yourself with kind, patient, and encouraging words. Remember, the way you think today can change your future tomorrow. Success comes from trying again and again. It does not come from quitting after the first failure. In the next part of this episode, I will share some simple habits that winners build to stay strong and keep growing. Are you ready to continue learning? Let's continue this journey. These small changes may seem simple, but over time they create big results. So the next time you face a problem, pause for a moment and ask yourself, how can I think like a winner in this situation? Maybe it means looking for the lesson. Maybe it means staying calm. Maybe it means trying again even after you fail. Whatever it is, always remind yourself that growth is possible. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to keep going. Remember this, successful people are not superhuman. They are normal people, just like you. The only difference is that they train their mind to think in a strong and positive way. They choose growth, they stay hopeful, and they never stop learning. Now let's go a little deeper. Let's talk about the thinking habits of successful people. Here is an important truth. The way we think every day slowly builds who we become. Our thoughts shape our feelings shape our actions, and our actions shape our future. Over time, our thinking becomes our habit, and our habits shape our life. That is why it is very important to pay attention to how we think. If we learn to think like successful people, we are more likely to act like them and move closer to our goals. So what kind of habits do successful thinkers have? How do winners think in their daily life? Let's look at 5 simple but powerful habits that you can start practicing too. Habit number 1. Winners focus on their goals. Winners are clear about what they want. They do not just live day by day without direction. They know their goal, and they think about it often. This clear vision helps them stay focused. It protects them from getting lost in small problems or distractions. For example, imagine a student who dreams of becoming a nurse. Every day, even when her classes feel difficult or when she feels tired, she reminds herself, "I want to become a nurse." This goal gives her motivation. It helps her plan her time better. She studies more seriously, she avoids distractions, and she keeps going because her goal is clear in her mind. Habit number 2. Winners learn from mistakes. Successful people do not hate mistakes. They do not fear them. Instead, they use mistakes as teachers. When something goes wrong, they do not give up, and they do not only blame others. They stop and ask themselves, what can I learn from this?
think about a man who starts a business but fails. Maybe he loses money. Maybe he makes poor decisions. A person with a fixed mindset might say, I quit. But a successful thinker does something different. He stops and reflects. He says, okay, I see what I did wrong. Next time I will do it better. This habit slowly turns every mistake into a lesson. Over time, these lessons make him wiser, stronger, and closer to success. Habit number 3. Winners stay calm when problems appear. Life is full of challenges. Things do not always go the way we expect or want, but winners train their minds to stay calm in difficult moments. They do not let panic take control. They do not waste their energy on anger or fear. Instead, they pause. They take a deep breath. They try to think clearly. When a problem comes, winners do not react too quickly or emotionally. They understand that strong emotions can make the problem worse. By staying calm, they are able to find better solutions instead of acting without thinking. Habit number 4. Winners take responsibility for their actions and for their life. They do not blame other people. They do not make excuses. When something goes wrong, they ask themselves a powerful question. What can I do to fix this? They focus on what they can control, not on what they cannot control. For example, if a student fails a test, a winner does not say, the teacher is unfair, or the test was too hard. Instead, the winner thinks, how can I prepare better next time? They take control of their learning and work to improve. Habit number 5. Winners keep learning every day. Successful people never stop learning. They understand that growth comes from learning new things. They read books, they watch videos, they ask questions, they practice new skills. They know that even small daily actions can create big changes over time. Imagine someone who is learning English. Every day they listen to a short podcast, read a few pages, or practice speaking with a friend. These actions may seem small, but after months and years, this habit helps them become confident and fluent. Learning a little every day is a powerful habit of winners.
Staying calm and thinking clearly when life gets difficult. How you react in difficult moments matters a lot. Winners learn to stay calm and think clearly when problems appear. For example, imagine a teacher who has prepared a big online class. Suddenly, the internet stops working. A negative thinker might get angry, feel frustrated, and cancel the class. But a winner reacts differently. She stays calm, she takes a deep breath, and looks for another solution. Maybe she uses her phone's internet. Maybe she switches to writing instead of speaking. Instead of giving up, she finds a way to continue. This ability to stay calm helps winners solve problems instead of making them worse. The role of self-belief and confidence. Two very important parts of the winner's mindset are self-belief and confidence. These two ideas are closely connected. Both are about how much you trust yourself and your abilities. Without self-belief and confidence, it is very hard to grow, try new things, or move forward in life. So, what do these words really mean? What is self-belief? Self-belief means trusting yourself. It means believing that you are capable of learning, improving, and handling challenges. Self-belief does not mean you think you are perfect. It does not mean you never make mistakes. It means that deep inside, you trust yourself to figure things out step by step. You might not know how to do something today, but you believe that with time, practice, and effort, you can learn. That belief gives you strength. What is confidence? Confidence is very similar to self-belief. Confidence is the feeling that says, yes, I can try this, or I'm not sure yet, but I'm willing to try. Confidence helps you take action even when something feels new, difficult, or scary. Without confidence, many people stay stuck. They do not apply for new jobs. They do not speak in class. They do not share their ideas. They do not follow their dreams. But with confidence, people take small risks, try new things, and grow. Confidence does not mean you are never afraid. It means you move forward even when fear is there. In the next part, we will talk about how winners build self-belief and confidence step by step, and how you can start doing the same in your own life. Keep listening, keep learning. You are becoming stronger with every step. With confidence, people take action. They speak, they try, they learn. And even when they fail, they do not stop because they trust that they can improve. This trust is called self-belief. It is very important to understand this. Self-belief is not something you are born with. It is something you build. Think of self-belief like a muscle in your body. When you exercise a muscle, it becomes stronger. In the same way, when you use your self-belief, it grows stronger. Every time you try something new, face a challenge, or continue after a failure, you are training your self-belief. Imagine a child learning how to ride a bike. At first, the child falls many times, but each time the child gets back up and tries again, their confidence grows. Slowly, they learn to ride without help. The same thing happens with any skill or goal in life. Your belief in yourself grows as you practice and keep going. Building self-belief step by step. The more small actions you take, the stronger your self-belief becomes. Think about learning English. If you are afraid to speak and stay silent all the time, your confidence stays small. But if you start speaking just one sentence a day, your confidence begins to grow. After a few weeks or months, you feel stronger inside. Things that once felt scary begin to feel normal and easier. This is the power of practice. One very effective way to build self-belief is by taking small steps. Many people try to change everything at once. When they fail, they feel disappointed and give up. But winners understand that big success always begins with small steps. For example, if you want to run 5 kilometers, you do not start by running all 5 on the first day. You walk, then you jog a little. Slowly, you increase the distance. The same idea works for learning and personal growth. If you want to improve your English, start with small, clear goals. Read 1 page a day, speak 1 sentence a day, ask 1 question a day. These steps may seem small, but they are very powerful. Every small step strengthens your belief in yourself. Positive self-talk. Another important way to build self-belief is positive self-talk. This means the words you say to yourself in your mind. Many people talk to themselves in a negative way. They say things like, "I am not good at this," or "I always fail." This kind of thinking makes self-belief weaker and stops growth. Successful thinkers do something different. They speak to themselves with kindness and encouragement. They say things like, "I can learn this," "It's okay to make mistakes," or "I'm getting better every day." These positive thoughts may seem simple, but over time they create a big change in how you feel and act. Keep track of your progress. Another helpful habit is writing down your small successes. At the end of each day, think about one thing you did well, even if it feels very small. Maybe you answered a question in class. Maybe you spoke English with someone. Maybe you studied for 10 minutes. Write it down. When you look at your list, you can see your progress clearly. This reminds you that you are moving forward, even when it feels slow. When you feel tired or discouraged, reading your list can give you strength and motivation to continue. Why small steps matter. Small steps are powerful because they build a strong foundation. Just like a house is built brick by brick, success is built with small actions taken every day. These small actions become habits. Good habits become strong habits, and strong habits shape your life. So do not worry if your progress feels slow. Every effort matters. Every sentence you speak, every page you read, and every mistake you learn from is helping you grow. Keep practicing, keep trying, keep believing in yourself. You are moving forward, step by step. Believing in yourself and building confidence. Believing in yourself is very important. When you build self-belief and confidence, life becomes easier to handle. One helpful habit is noticing your small successes every day. When you do this, you slowly begin to trust yourself more and more. There is one more very important thing to remember. Surround yourself with people who believe in you. If you are always around negative people who say you can't do this or you are not good enough, it becomes very hard to feel confident. But when you spend time with people who support you, encourage you, and believe in your potential, your self-belief grows much faster. So remember this, self-belief and confidence are not special gifts that only some people have. They are skills. And like any skill, you can practice them every single day. Take small steps. Use positive self-talk. Write down your progress. Choose supportive people to be around. Little by little, you will start to feel stronger inside. And once you truly believe in yourself, nothing can stop you from moving forward. Common challenges and how winners handle them. Everyone faces challenges in life. No matter who you are or where you live, challenges are unavoidable. Even the most successful people in the world feel fear, experience failure, and face rejection. The difference is not that winners avoid problems. The difference is how they handle them. Winners do not let fear stop them. They do not let failure break them, and they do not let rejection make them feel worthless. Instead, they see challenges as part of the journey. They understand that growth always comes with difficulty. In this part, we will talk about 3 big challenges: fear, failure, and rejection, and how winners deal with them in smart and strong ways. 1. Facing fear. Everyone feels fear. Fear is a normal human emotion. We feel afraid when we try something new, speak in public, take a risk, or think we might fail. But winners understand something very important. Fear is not a stop sign. Fear is a signal. Fear means you are growing. Fear means you are stepping outside your comfort zone. For example, if you feel scared to speak English in front of others, it means you are trying to improve. Instead of running away from fear, winners see it as a sign that they are on the right path. When fear appears, they take a deep breath, remind themselves that it is okay to feel afraid, and then take a small step forward anyway. Each time they do this, fear becomes smaller and confidence becomes stronger. Facing fear in real life. Imagine someone who wants to move to another country for work. Of course they feel afraid. It's a big change. New language, new people, new culture. Fear is natural. But instead of saying, "I can't do this, it's too scary," they say, "Yes, I feel afraid, but I can prepare, I can learn, I can take one step at a time." Then they take action. This is how winners face fear. They do not wait for fear to disappear because fear never fully goes away. Instead, they move forward with fear. They act even when they are afraid. Step by step, fear becomes smaller and confidence becomes bigger. 2. Learning from failure. The second big challenge is failure. Many people are so afraid of failing that they never try. They think, what if I make a mistake? What if I look foolish? What if I don't succeed? So they stay stuck. But winners think differently. They know that failure is not the end. Failure is part of learning. Failure is feedback. It shows you what works and what does not. Think about Thomas Edison, the man who invented the electric light bulb. He failed not once, not twice, but thousands of times. But he did not stop. He did not call himself a failure. Instead, he said, I have not failed. I have just learned many ways that do not work. This is the mindset of a winner. Failure is not something to fear. It is something to learn from. Found 10,000 ways that won't work, turning failure into progress. When Thomas Edison said he had found thousands of ways that did not work, his mindset was very powerful. He did not see failure as the end, he saw it as progress. This is how winners think. When winners fail, they do not feel ashamed. They do not quit. Instead, they become curious. They ask themselves simple questions like, what went wrong? What can I do better next time? What did this failure teach me? Failure does not make them hopeless. It makes them smarter. Every failure becomes a lesson, and every lesson moves them one step closer to success. This is why failure does not stop winners. It helps them grow. 3. Handling rejection. The third big challenge in life is rejection. Rejection happens when someone says no to you. Maybe you do not get the job you wanted. Maybe someone does not like your idea. Maybe you apply for a course or program and they do not accept you. Rejection hurts. It can make you feel sad, disappointed, or even worthless. These feelings are normal, but winners understand something very important. Rejection is not a measure of your true value. It does not define who you are. Winners know that rejection is part of life. Everyone faces it, even the most successful people in the world. Instead of giving up, winners use rejection as a chance to learn and grow. They ask themselves, why was I rejected? What can I do differently next time? Where can I improve? They keep trying. They adjust their approach. They look for new opportunities. They stay focused on their goals. A real-life example, J.K. Rowling. Think about J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter books. Today, her stories are loved by millions of people all over the world, but in the beginning, her book was rejected by 12 different publishers. 12 times people told her no. 12 times people said, this won't work. Imagine if she had given up after the first rejection, or the second, or even the 10th. The world would never have known Harry Potter. But she did not stop. She kept believing. She kept sending her book. And finally, someone said yes. That is the power of persistence. It means continuing to move forward even when doors close. Winners do not stop at no. They keep going until they find the right yes. So, how can you handle these challenges in your own life? Let's keep it simple with easy steps. When you feel fear, take small actions. Do not wait to feel ready. Start small. For example, if you are afraid to speak English, do not wait until you are perfect. Say one sentence, then try two, then more. Action makes fear smaller. The more you act, the braver you feel. When you face failure, change your questions. Instead of asking, why am I so bad at this? Ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of saying, I failed again, say, I learned something again. The lesson is more important than the failure. Every lesson helps you improve. When you face rejection, remember it is not the end. Rejection does not mean you are not good enough. It simply means this opportunity was not right for you at this time. Winners do not stop after one no. They keep looking until they find the right place, the right moment, and the right opportunity. Choosing the winner's response. Fear, failure, and rejection happen to everyone. You cannot avoid them. But you can choose how you respond to them. Winners choose courage instead of fear. They choose growth instead of giving up. They choose to keep moving forward, step by step. When things go wrong, winners do not feel ashamed. They do not quit. They learn, they adjust, and they try again. The good news is this: you can do this too. You can train your mind to think like a winner, even when life is hard. When something bad happens, do not ask, "Why did this happen to me?" Instead, ask, "What can I learn from this?" This small change makes a big difference. When you ask, "Why me?" you feel weak. When you ask, "What can I learn?" you become stronger. You can even write your lessons in a notebook. Keep it simple. For example, next time I will prepare earlier. I need to practice more. Then try again with your new plan. Each time you do this, you are not failing, you are improving. Remember this: failure is not about who you are. It does not mean you are a failure. It only means something did not work this time. That's all. Rejection does not define who you are. It does not mean you are not good enough. It only means that this opportunity was not right for you, or the timing was not right. That is all, nothing more. Think about this for a moment. Every successful person you admire has heard the word no many times. They were rejected again and again, but they did not stop. They kept trying. They kept learning. They kept improving. And one day, they finally heard yes. That one yes changed everything. Remember this: you do not need everyone to say yes. You only need one yes, and that yes will come if you do not give up. It also helps to talk about your feelings with someone you trust. You can talk to a friend, a teacher, or a family member. Sometimes just saying your problems out loud makes your heart feel lighter. You do not need to carry everything alone. Everyone has challenges. Everyone struggles sometimes. Talking about your problems does not make you weak. It makes you human, and it makes problems easier to handle. Feeling fear, failing, or being rejected does not make you weak. In fact, it makes you stronger. Every time you face fear, you build courage. Every time you fail and try again, you build strength. Every time you continue after rejection, you build resilience. And here is something very important: celebrate your courage. When you try again after failing, pause for a moment and be proud of yourself. When you keep going after rejection, tell yourself, "I am doing something brave." This is what winners do. They build a strong mind, one challenge at a time. Now, let's talk about how to think like a winner every day. You might ask, how can I really do this? How can I build a winner's mindset in my daily life? The good news is this: you do not have to wait for a big moment. You can start right now with small, simple habits. First, start your day with a plan. Many people wake up and just react to whatever happens. They move through the day without direction. But winners do something different. They take a few minutes in the morning and ask themselves, "What are the most important things I want to do today?" You don't need a long list. Just choose 2 or 3 simple goals. Maybe it is studying English for 20 minutes, finishing one task at work, or calling a family member. When you have a plan, your day feels clear. You waste less time and feel more focused. This is how winners move forward with purpose. Second, be thankful for small things. Gratitude is a quiet but powerful habit of winners. It helps your mind focus on what you have instead of what you lack. Every day, try to notice small good things. Maybe it's a good meal, a kind message, or simply having time to rest. Before sleeping, you can write down 1 to 3 things you are thankful for. This simple habit trains your mind to stay positive, and a positive mind is the foundation of a winner's mindset. Third, speak kindly to yourself. This is very important. The way you talk to yourself inside your mind shapes how you feel and what you believe. If you constantly say things like, "I can't do this," or "I'm not good enough," your confidence slowly disappears. But winners speak to themselves with kindness. They say, I can try. It's okay to make mistakes, or I'm getting better every day. These words give strength. They help you keep going even when things are hard. Think about this for a moment. If your best friend talked to you the way many people talk to themselves, would you feel supported? Probably not. So why speak harshly to yourself? Winners do not do that. They choose words that encourage and lift them up. They remind themselves that learning takes time and mistakes are part of the process. These kind and positive words may seem small, but they create strong energy inside you. When you speak kindly to yourself, you build confidence. When you build confidence, you take action. And when you take action, you move closer to your goals. Winners understand this deeply. They know that success starts in the mind, and by choosing better thoughts every day, they slowly build a stronger, calmer, and more powerful way of thinking. Words are very powerful. The words you say to yourself every day can either break your confidence or slowly build it stronger. That is why winners are very careful about the words they use in their mind. They choose kind, gentle, and supportive words. They say things like, I am learning, I did my best today, or next time I will try again. These words help them stay strong and hopeful. And the good news is, you can do this too. The first step is to pay attention to your thoughts. Listen to the way you talk to yourself inside your mind. When you notice a negative thought such as, I'm terrible at this, or I will never succeed, stop for a moment. Take a deep breath, then change that thought into something more helpful and kind. For example, instead of saying, I can't do this, say, this is difficult right now, but I can get better if I keep trying. This small change can make a big difference. Try to treat yourself the same way you would treat a good friend. If your friend was struggling, you wouldn't insult them or tell them to give up. You would encourage them. You would say, it's okay, you're learning, keep going. You deserve that same care, support, and kindness from yourself. Another very important idea is this: don't give up easily. Feeling tired, frustrated, or even hopeless is normal. Everyone feels this way sometimes. Even the most successful people in the world feel tired and discouraged. The difference is that winners don't stop when things get hard. They may take a short break to rest, but they always come back and try again. Let's look at a simple example. Imagine you are learning English and you find a grammar rule that feels confusing. You might think, I'll never understand this. But a winner changes that thought. They say, this is hard for me right now, but if I keep practicing, I will understand it. When you think this way, you help your mind stay open and strong. Learning happens little by little, and that is how winners grow. Every winner in history has faced moments when they wanted to give up. They felt tired, they felt unsure, they felt frustrated. But what made them different was one decision. They chose to keep going. They didn't stop just because it was hard. You can make the same choice. Remember this clearly. You are stronger than you think. The tips we talked about may sound small or simple, but they are very powerful. When you practice them every day, they slowly change the way you think and feel. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to move fast. You just need to keep trying and keep showing up. Start your day with a simple plan. Choose 2 or 3 important things you want to do. It might be studying English for 20 minutes, finishing one task, or calling a family member. Having a plan helps you stay focused and use your energy wisely. Look for small things to be thankful for each day. Gratitude is a quiet but powerful habit of winners. It helps your mind focus on what is good instead of what is missing. Before you go to sleep, try to write down 1 or 3 things you are thankful for. This simple habit keeps your mind calm, strong, and positive. A positive mind is the foundation of a winner's mindset. Speak kindly to yourself. The way you talk to yourself truly matters. Many people say negative things like, I'm not good at this, or I always fail. Imagine if your best friend said those things to you every day. You would lose confidence very quickly. So don't say those things to yourself. Instead, choose kind and supportive words. Say things like, I'm learning, I'm improving, or I can try again. These small words create powerful energy inside you. They help you stand up again when life feels heavy. And finally, don't give up easily. Everyone feels tired or frustrated sometimes. That's normal. But winners don't stop forever. They rest, then they continue. If something feels hard today, remind yourself, this is hard right now, but I will understand it if I keep trying. You are stronger than you think. Small steps matter. Small habits matter. If you keep practicing these ideas every day, your mindset will grow stronger and stronger. You don't have to be perfect. Just keep going, keep believing, keep showing up. Stay strong when things get tough. This is one of the most important habits of winners. Life will not always be easy. There will be hard days, slow days, and days when you feel tired or unsure. But winners don't quit on those days. They keep going, even if they move slowly. These are the daily habits of winners. And the best part is this: you can learn these habits too. Don't just listen to these ideas and forget them. Try to use them in your real life. Start small. Choose just one habit today. Maybe you write down your goals for the day. Maybe you say one kind sentence to yourself in the mirror. Maybe you take 5 minutes to think about what you are grateful for. Do it today. Then do it again tomorrow. Over time, these small actions will grow into strong habits, and these habits will slowly build your winner's mindset. Every small step you take matters. Each step brings you closer to the person you want to become. Remember this clearly. Thinking like a winner is not about being the best in the world. It is about becoming the best version of yourself, step by step, day by day. It is about the choices you make, your attitude towards life, and the thoughts you choose to believe. You already have power inside you. You always have. Now it is time to use it. We are now coming to the end of today's talk. Let's take a moment to review what we have learned. This has been a deep and meaningful topic, the psychology of winners. I hope it was simple, helpful, and inspiring for you. First, we learned what a winner really is. A winner is not just someone who wins trophies, makes a lot of money, or becomes famous. A real winner is someone who keeps growing, keeps learning, and never gives up. Success looks different for everyone, and that's okay. Success does not have to look like anyone else's success. True success is about your own goals, your values, and your personal journey in life. What matters most is becoming better than you were yesterday. Next, we learned that winners think differently. They do not believe they need to be perfect. They do not believe they were born knowing everything. Instead, they believe in a growth mindset. This means they believe they can improve with effort, practice, and time. When problems appear, winners don't say, I'm not good enough. Instead, they ask, what can I learn from this? Or how can I do better next time? Even when they fail, they don't stop. They try again. This mindset helps them keep moving forward no matter what happens. We also talked about the daily habits that build a winner's mindset. These habits are small, simple actions that anyone can do. Setting clear goals each day, learning from mistakes instead of feeling ashamed, staying calm when things go wrong, asking for help when needed, trying to learn something new every day. These habits may seem simple, but when you practice them daily, they become powerful. Over time, they make you more focused, more confident, and stronger inside. We also learned about self-belief and confidence. These are very important parts of how winners think. Winners believe in themselves, even when things feel hard or unclear. They don't wait until they feel perfect to take action. They take small steps and celebrate small progress. Confidence is not something you are born with, it is something you build. Every time you try something new, every time you keep going, even after a small success, your confidence grows. Step by step, you begin to trust yourself more. Of course, winners face difficult moments too. They feel fear, they experience failure, they hear the word no. But this is where they are different. They don't let fear stop them, they don't let failure break them, and they don't let rejection decide their worth. Instead, they learn from these challenges. Fear tells them they're growing. Failure gives them lessons. Rejection helps them search for better opportunities. Every challenge becomes a chance to grow stronger and wiser. In the end, being a winner is not about never falling. It is about getting back up every time you fall. It is about believing in yourself even when life feels hard. And most importantly, it is about never giving up on your own growth. You are capable, you are learning, and you are already on your journey. Keep going. Smarter, stronger, and more prepared for the next step. In the end, we also talked about how to use all these ideas in your everyday life. Thinking like a winner does not mean you must change everything at once. You don't need to do something big or wait for the perfect moment. Real change starts with small daily habits. You can begin with very simple things. Start your day with a small plan. Decide on 2 or 3 easy goals you want to complete today. They don't have to be big goals. Even small goals give your day direction and purpose. Be thankful for little things in your life. Gratitude helps your mind stay calm, positive, and focused on what you already have. Speak kindly to yourself. Instead of saying, "I'm terrible at this," say, "I'm learning and I will get better." And most importantly, keep going even when things feel hard. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to keep trying. These habits may look small, but they are very powerful. When you practice them every day, they slowly build a strong and positive mindset. That mindset helps you face life's challenges and grow into the person you want to become. Winners are not born. Winners are made by their mindset, their habits, and their daily choices. You can be one of them. You can start today, one step at a time. Sometimes small actions create big changes. At first, you may not notice much difference, but when you repeat good habits every day, something changes inside you. You become stronger, you become more positive, you become more confident. These habits help you think and live like a winner. You can start right now. You don't have to wait for the perfect day or the perfect time. Ask yourself this simple question: what is one small thing I can do today to think like a winner? Maybe today you write down your top 3 goals. Maybe you catch one negative thought and change it into a positive one. Maybe you try something new, even if it feels scary. Or maybe you remind yourself that mistakes are okay and part of learning. You don't need to do everything at once. Just choose one small step and take it today. Remember, winners are not made in one moment. They are made through daily choices. They become strong by choosing the right attitude again and again. And you don't need to be perfect. No one is perfect. You just need to keep trying. Every time you try, you grow. Every step forward is a win. Every mistake is a lesson. You already have everything you need to improve and succeed. All it takes is belief, action, and patience. Now, before we finish, let's do something special. Let's practice speaking. This short speaking practice will help you improve your English and also help you think like a winner.
I will ask you a few simple questions. After each question, pause the audio and answer out loud. You can speak for 5 seconds or 30 seconds. It doesn't matter. The important thing is to speak and practice. Question 1. Who is a successful person you know? This can be a famous person, like an athlete or celebrity, or someone from your family, school, or workplace. What makes them successful? Is it their hard work, their kindness, or their strength? What do you admire about them? Question 2. What does success mean to you? There is no right or wrong answer. Success is different for everyone. For some people, success means a good job. For others, it means happiness, helping people, or learning new things. What does success mean in your life? This speaking practice is just for you. Don't worry about grammar or mistakes. Just try your best. The more you speak, the better you will become. And finally, remember the most important message from today. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. Small daily actions, a positive mindset, and believing in yourself can change your life. In yourself. This is how success is built, not in one single day, but slowly, little by little, every single day. That is why today matters. So start today. Think like a winner, act like a winner, and always remember this. You already have the power inside you. Now let's take a quiet moment to reflect. I will ask you a few questions to help you think and speak like a winner. These questions are only for practice. After each question, you can pause and try to answer out loud. Don't worry about grammar, pronunciation, or making mistakes. Just try your best. Every time you speak, you get better. Question 1. Who is someone you think is successful? This person can be famous, like an athlete or a public figure, or it could be someone close to you, such as a family member, a friend, a teacher, or someone in your community. Think about why you see this person as successful. Is it because they work hard? Is it because they help others? Is it because they stay strong when life is difficult? Say their name and explain why they inspire you. Question 2. What does success mean to you? Everyone has a different idea of success, and that is okay. For some people, success means having a good job or earning money. For others, success means being happy, learning new skills, helping people, or living a peaceful life. Think about your own life. What does success mean to you? Try to explain it in your own words. Question 3. What do you usually do when you make a mistake? Everyone makes mistakes. Mistakes are a normal part of life and learning. When you make a mistake, how do you feel? Do you feel upset, angry, or disappointed? Or do you try to learn from it and move forward? Think about a mistake you made before. What helped you continue after that mistake? Question 4. What is one small habit you can start today to think like a winner? It doesn't need to be something big. Maybe you can start writing your goals every morning. Maybe you can practice speaking one English sentence each day. Or maybe you can say something kind to yourself when you feel sad or tired. Choose one small and something habit and describe it. Question 5. Have you ever felt fear or failed at something? What did you do? Think about a time when you felt scared or when something did not go the way you hoped. Maybe you tried something new and it felt difficult. Maybe you failed a test or didn't reach a goal. What happened next? Did you give up or did you try again? What did you learn from that experience? Take your time with each answer. Even short answers are perfectly fine. What matters most is that you practice thinking in English and speaking out loud. This is how you build confidence. This is how you improve your fluency. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today on Feel Learns English. I hope that today you didn't just learn about success and the mindset of winners, but that you also practiced your English, your listening, your speaking, and your thinking. This podcast is here to help you grow, not only in English, but also in life. Always remember, thinking like a winner is a skill, and like any skill, you can practice it every day. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going.
Small steps bring big results, so keep believing in yourself, stay positive, be patient with your progress, and never stop moving forward. Until next time, stay strong, stay focused, and keep thinking like a winner. You've got this. Take care, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode.